I've been trying to shoot a big gold spot wrasse for what feels like forever. But time and time again, I just kept on failing. And failing. And failing. And what do you know? Another fail. Not to say I haven't shot a few smaller fish, but whenever that bigger one come along and I had the opportunity, I just kept on choking. Until today, picked up 2 beautiful gold spot wrasse. We had some epic conditions, beautiful blue water, some amazing fish were shot. Stick around guys for another action-packed down deep adventure. Here's my 2 dive buddies for the day, Brad and Brendan. Brad's looking pretty excited, he's keen to get in. I dropped the 2 boys in for the first drift. It's a pretty fishy spot, but had none of our target species. So we moved spots and now it's my turn to get in. After a bit of sounding around, we found a really big school of surgeonfish sitting on the front end of this ledge. So we dropped in up current and now we're drifting onto them. When we're out here spearfishing, we're always looking for these big schools of surgos because of how many other fish they hold. The number one target, of course, being snapper, but you can find all sorts of fish hiding in amongst these surgeonfish. Right here, there's a large eye sea bream. I'm trying to bring him in by throwing some sand up. There's a little bit of cross current, so that must have thrown my aim off, and yeah, I just completely missed that fish. Not a great start. As we drifted over the back of the reef, I did a drop down into the deeper water. I look up, and there it is, my arch nemesis. As I approach, I try to keep my movements relaxed and slow. The wrasse turns around and comes straight back in. I line up and take a good body shot. Big gold spot wrasse ticked off the list. We reset the drift and I dropped back down in the same area. I couldn't believe it, there was another one right there. I look away from the fish to pretend I'm not interested so I can get closer and closer to the bottom. Now when you get all the way to the bottom, it makes it a lot easier to close the gap on most of your reef species. After failing for years to get even one of these big gold spot wrasse, it felt really good to not just get one, but 2. Not a bad little start to the day. 2 nice gold spot wrasse. Beautiful eating. Happy days. We moved on to some shallower ground, and as soon as I got in the water, right at the start of the drift, this nice little Spanish mackerel swims underneath me. I take aim for just behind the head and along the spine. I hit the mark and get a pretty good stone shot. I was pretty happy with that.
That's the way to do it.
This next fish here I'm trying to shoot, this is my new arch nemesis, the coronation trout. Like the gold spot wrasse, I've managed to shoot a few smaller fish, but these big coronation trout, they are so clever. They're very hard to shoot. I tried to sneak over this ledge and get a shot on the fish, but he was long gone. If anyone has any tips and tricks on shooting coronation trout, I would love to hear them. Please. We did a few drifts over some shallow ground, come across this nice blue bar parrotfish. Did a bit of a bomb dive and shot him straight through the tail. These parrotfish are in my top 10 favourite eating fish. I'll try to pick one up whenever I get the chance. This fish was meant to be the last fish for the day, but when we were coming back in, we noticed that the bay was really clean. So we put our wetsuits back on and jumped in for a look. This beast of a fish is a Queensland groper. They're a no take for spearfishing, or any fishing for that matter, and yeah, they're kind of intimidating, to be honest. They're so big. As I was filming this one, I noticed just in the background there's a few golden trevally, so I switched into hunting mode and went to try and get one. I did a few grunts to try and bring them back in, and yeah, it worked a treat. Yeah, for whatever reason, grunting works on some species. It just, I don't know, they can't resist it. They come straight back in at you. Kingfish especially. I think these are the better eating of all the trevally species. I haven't tried them all by any means, but yeah, this is probably my go-to. If I'm going to shoot a trevally, it'll be golden.
Got a nice gold spot, Wrasse. That one's a PB. It's 2.02 kilos. Pretty happy with that. Nice blue bar. Golden trevally for the smoker. Spanish mackerel. You can do absolutely anything with them. They're just delicious. I love them. Yeah, good feed.
If you enjoyed the content, guys, please go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss the next one. Picked up some really cool fish, including mangrove jack, Spanish mackerel, and one really special fish, this sea bream. Thanks for all the support so far, guys. It's much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the content. See you next time.